It's Friday Night Frenzy, brought to you by these fine local sponsors.
Good evening, Western Slope, and welcome to week 10 of your favorite time of the week, Friday Night Frenzy. And here we go, Chad. This is the final week of the regular season, and boy, it ended with a bang.
Boy, you've got that right, Will. What a great way to finish out our regular season of high school football.
Teams are jockeying for playoff positioning and seeding. You were in Rifle checking on the Bears. We'll get to them in a moment, but I was at Stoker Stadium where we had a huge matchup between the third-ranked team in 3A Durango and the Bulldogs of Palisade. And boy, that sun was blinding at Stoker tonight. It was bright for this early 5 p.m. kickoff between the Bulldogs and the Demons. Durango got it first, and they moved it. Seb Tripp going up and getting this ball to put Durango in business. And Jackson Fancher punches it in here as Durango goes right down the field on the opening drive to lead 7-0 ensuing kickoff. Palisade looking for a spark, and if there's a spark to be lit, Easton Embry is off and the guy to do it. Electrifying return sets the Bulldogs up near midfield. But on their first drive, Palisade faced a 4th and 6, and the Demons defense stood tall to get it back. Next drive for Durango, the Bulldogs defense made adjustments and gets home for a huge loss on the sack. And here is Caleb Johnson finding a hole, bursting through it and into the secondary down the field. And he's finally tripped up all the way inside of the 40. But again, they face 4th down, and again the Demons are ready. So despite the big play, Palisade is held off the board. Next drive for the Demons, they hand it off left side to Fancher, and he has space down the sidelines, bowling over defenders and all the way down to the 40. But the Bulldog defense held tough in the red zone and forced a field goal to put Durango up 10-0 in quarter 2. But after a Bulldog 3-and-out, the snap is high on the punt. And so Durango is in business, set up inside the 10 at the 7. But Palisade's red zone defense just continued to bail this team out as they force another field goal to keep it a 2-score game at 13-0. Palisade got it back late in the half, and they don't pass the ball much. And, well, this is why. Everett's pass is picked off by Cully Feeney with little time left in the half. So we go to break with Durango up 13-0 to the third quarter now. Read option, quarterback run by Tyler Harms, and he refuses to go down, carrying Bulldogs all the way down to the 40. But once again, Durango in the red zone, they just couldn't score, and the Bulldogs defense got a stop, so this kick makes it 16-0. Palisade's red zone defense was the reason they were in this game in the fourth quarter, but the offense just could not find a groove as they are picked off here with just under 6 minutes to go. And now the Demons are looking for the dagger. Harms looking downfield, and open is Seb Tripp to put Durango in business. But credit this Bulldog defense because, again, they just refuse to allow touchdowns after the first drive as this makes it 19-0. And here a last chance for Palisade, and it is picked off by Braxton Waddell to put a seal on this game and give the Demons of Durango the 19-0 win over Palisade Bulldogs. The Demons finish the regular season at 8-1, and boy, they are going to be a tough out in the 3A playoffs. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs do actually have one more game next week in Glenwood Springs, so perhaps one more chance for Palisade to sneak into the playoffs. But with the loss, they fall to 3-6. But credit the Bulldog defense because they made stop after stop in the red zone, but simply the offense just couldn't do anything in this one as they are shut out. But Chad, you were checking in on those big bad Bears of Rifle, and how did the second-ranked team in 2A fare?
Well, Big Will, it was a battle of two very different teams. The Rifle Bears at 7-1 and the Coleridge Titans with the opposite record of 1-7. Now we got Rifle in blue, Coleridge in white as we get ready to start this one at Rifle High School. The Bears get the ball first, and the Titans with the stop to start this drive, and they are going to get another stop in 4th down as well to start off with a great defensive possession from the Titans. But Coleridge couldn't get much going on offense as they give it right back. Rifle ball, Logan Gross looks deep downfield, and he's picked off by number 5 from Coleridge. There wasn't a number 5 on the roster, so sorry for not catching your name, but we all know you're a dog. Titans can't score, and the Bears get the ball again, and this time Gross finds his man, Sterling Cook, for the touchdown, and Rifle strike first 7-0, and they were going to keep going on the gas as Gross is going to find Cook again for a deep gain, and the Bears are in the red zone here, and they're going to give the ball to big Troy Madaia for another score, going up 14-0. You got to love those big man touchdowns. Now Coleridge couldn't answer back as QB Reagan Powell gets caught in between a rock and a hard place. He's sacked, and Rifle are going to get the ball back. Gross hands it off to Isaac Valencia. He gets to the second level, and he's gone. Touchdown, Bears leading 20-0, and the scoring wouldn't stop as Gross sees pressure, delivers it, and to Omar Silva, who almost gets in, but they say he stepped out at the 1-yard line. Controversial call there for him, but no worries though. Rifle run a direct snap to another big guy, Efren Bustillos, who gets the easy TD, and Rifle led Coleridge 27-0 at the half. Let's check to see how this one finished. And this one ends in a shutout. The Rifle Bears 48, the Coleridge Titans 0. Rifle finished the season at 8-1, and they'll get a very high seed in the upcoming 2A state tournament. Now, how about that statement from Rifle? Well, a statement is right.
Yeah, boy, absolutely. I mean, these Bears just keep on rolling. But, Chad, we have got a lot more to get to. And the Grand Junction Tigers will finish off their season at 2-8. But a valiant road effort all the way in Golden against a top 5 team in Class 4A. Will Applegate and that offense put up 28 points in the loss? But this Tiger team is one of the youngest in the state, and they improved mightily offensively throughout the year. And they'll take this as a learning experience for years to come. The Delta Panthers, folks, have done it again. Back-to-back undefeated regular seasons and now 25 consecutive regular season wins as they stomp Montezuma Cortez 48-0 on the road. And so Delta is locked and loaded to make a run at a state title. Stick around. We'll have more on the Panthers and their chances at a championship. And how about Montrose? I've been calling them a wagon all week, and they showed why, running all over a really good Pueblo West team on the road. Remember, the Redhawks, they are the 3rd-ranked team in 4A. Their only 2 losses have come to the top 2 teams in the class, Palmer Ridge and Erie. But the way this team is playing right now, they are going to be tough to beat in the postseason. The Cedar Edge Bruins fell in their last game of the season, 39-20, so they will complete their year at 3-4. But Buena Vista at 6-3 enter the postseason riding high. And don't forget, tomorrow we have got a huge matchup at Stoker Stadium as Central looks to make one more case for the postseason against a really good Windsor Wizards team. The highlights from that one coming your way tomorrow evening. And what another great night of action here on the Western Slope. And let's talk first about those Rifle Bears. You got to see them again up front in person, and they just continue to roll. Another big 48-0 win, and they are seemingly dominating everyone. We expected a big win tonight, but now here we go. We're going to have the playoffs. Rifle and Delta, the top 2 teams in 2A. We can't wait to see. Hopefully we'll see those 2 teams in the state championship, Chad.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, Rifle have just made a case for themselves. They lost to Delta earlier in the year, but they've beat everybody else in their path handily, mind you. So this is why the rankings have been kind of rough this season. People don't know whether to rank Delta higher or Rifle higher because they stack up so evenly well.
It's true, and we got to see them play against each other back in week 4, and Delta won that game 28-7. But if they meet again in the playoffs, the way this Rifle team is playing, I mean, they look like a different level than what we saw earlier in the season. So that could be a very different game, especially if that one, as you said, is at the Thunder Bowl at CSU Pueblo in the state championship. We'd love to see that one. But tomorrow we got a big one coming at Stoker Stadium. Central taking on Windsor. And hopefully for the Warriors, they can find their groove offensively with Kane Thornton, and that we know what they can do offensively. Hopefully they can get it together against a really good Wizards team.
Yeah, I mean, Central has had their ups and downs all season at 5-4 with that record. Pretty interesting. They've beat teams in the Valley. They beat Grand Junction. They beat lost to Fruta, and then they beat Palisade. So they're kind of if and out. They're almost on the outside of the 4A playoffs, but we'll see if they can make it in.
And that wraps up the final regular season edition of Friday Night Frenzy. For Chad Roderick and our entire crew, I'm Big Will Levinson. And as always, don't just have a good weekend, have a wonderful weekend.